Hey folks, it's Charlie here with another Charlie in the Rain interview. And I literally love finding artists at that like starting point of their career and getting to sit down and chat with them because I'm so excited. In a couple of years, a couple of months, we can look back at this moment and be like, whoa, this artist is now doing massive things and everyone loves them. This is back where they started. So I'm joined today by an artist who I feel we're going to be doing that with very shortly. It's the lovely Annabelle Grace, who has just released the second single. I am literally adoring the first single, adoring the second single, and I'm so excited to chat. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I love watching these, so I'm so glad to be on.
No, thank you for watching and thank you for coming on to have a chat today. In case anyone's just tuning in now and has never heard of you before, is about to press play on one of your singles and is about to fall in love, could you introduce yourself to us? Tell us a bit about the world of Annabelle Grace and what we need to know.
Yeah, so I'm Annabelle Grace. I'm a small emerging little musician from Melbourne, Naarm. And yeah, I've always loved music. It's always been a massive part of my life. And I'm a uni student right now. I'm studying full time. I just went on holidays, which is great. So I have a lot of time to do music stuff. But yeah, earlier in the year, like last year actually, I thought about the idea of seriously actually meeting up with a producer and making music. And then I just kind of like pushed it down. I thought, oh, I like won't do that. I don't know. It felt like a silly thing to do. I thought I can just play music at home. I don't need to do it. But then this year, I just like it was in March or something. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So then I met with the same producer who I'd been messaging. He's incredible. And yeah, we made my first little song, Porcelain Face. And I didn't tell anyone I was doing it and I put it out. So it's kind of like a indie folk inspired with a little bit of, I guess, indie folk pop. I don't really know. There's so many like genres, it's hard to just put yourself in a box like at the same time, especially when you're first starting out like right now. Like the song Throne that we just released is very different to Horse and Face. And then my next one is also very different. So finding that variety as an artist is really exciting, but it's also kind of scary because I think after you release the first song, it's kind of like, oh, so they're this type of musician or they're this type of musician. But yeah, it's a little bit about me, and I'm still learning literally things every single day. I'm meeting new people every single day. It's all very new to me, but it's so exciting, and I have not been happy doing anything, so I'm loving it.
Yes, oh, I love that. There's a few things that I want to get back to and chat about because there's a lot that's very interesting in what you've just said. But I'd love to like start off our conversation today by chatting about this new single you've just put out. It's your sophomore single, which it's like still like a massive step into finding yourself as an artist and putting yourself out there to new listeners. It's called
Yeah.
Throne. It's like it's such a gorgeous, like piano-led ballad. I adore this track so much. Can you tell us a little bit about Throne?
Yeah, so I wrote the lyrics for Throne like 2 years ago maybe. And then I think I also had written it on the piano as well. And then it was just one of those ones I kind of just like buries. And I was like, oh, I quite liked the lyrics. I was like, this is quite poetic. Like I might come back to it one day. So then after Porcelain Face, I was like, let's do the next song. I was like, this is gonna be very different. Let's do this one. So it's, yeah, as you said, like the piano kind of ballad. I wanted to bring some light synths in there. So that's throughout. And then the song kind of builds, which I really love a song that builds. And I think it's hard because some people can get, especially with like a lot of TikTok and whatever's going on in social media, we've got short attention spans. So you might hear the start of a song and think, okay, and like press skip. But at like 2 minutes is kind of where it like explodes and it like has all the harmonies. And I just love that so much. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm really excited to be sharing my second song. It's like my second born little child. So yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I love that. And as you mentioned that like attention economy is such a real thing. Some people
Mm.
won't sit and listen past that opening part to realize where the song goes. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's such an underrated thing. For those who have, you've like you understand where I'm coming from when I say this track is so good. For those who haven't, get back in there and give a listen. Because I'm a sucker for these like gorgeously written, like piano led ballads, songs that build up with like all this emotion coming into it.
Mm.
And I'd love to ask, coming into Throne, did you have any big like influences and inspirations that were driving this track for you?
Ooh, musically,
Mm.
when we were in the studio, I was bringing up like there's a constant kind of clap that we bring in into the second half of the song, and that was kind of inspired by Olivia Rodrigo, like how she often had like that type of clap along with her pianos, like in Driver's License, I believe.
Mm.
Because like that song, like, it's a pop song, but also it's got that great mix of like the kind of indie pop structure, indie pop sound, and then other influences in there. I always want to carry like the tone of my actual voice and like the sound throughout. And I don't know if it doesn't really pick up, I don't think, in the song as much, but like my big musical influences are like Neil Young and a lot of like the older stuff that's beautiful, like tonal sounds I just love. So I wanted to bring that as well as just like a heap of different little sounds that we could put in. And I love how it just, yeah, it builds as you said. So everyone listen past 2 minutes. I promise you won't regret it. Just get to the 2 minute mark and then you might like it a bit more.
Oh, I
It's a
love
build
that.
up. Takes it
Yes,
on.
absolutely. And also just like I think the Olivia Rodrigo part is why it's sitting so well in my playlists. Like that sort of
Yeah.
vibe where it's like, when you can just you listen to something like, oh my God, it fits in this story of like all these broader songs I already listened
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I love that when you find a song, because I do that all the time, like the on Spotify when it plays the random shuffle and you'll hear a song and you'll be like, that sounds really similar to this song. And I don't know who this artist is, but I love it. Adding it to my playlist. Like I love discovering new little things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I don't know if anyone else in the world has ever associated like these two random songs together, but I do, and it makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
like they're connected.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of people listening, I would love to ask, what would you recommend is the ideal listening experience for Throne? Whether you're on your first listen, whether you've listened 100 times and you're coming back in for more, what's the vibes?
Ooh, I would say headphones, probably. Like you're in bed, you're relaxing by yourself. Maybe it's like afternoon going to evening and you got like some good headphones, you put them on and just like close your eyes and listen. Because I think then you really can immerse yourself into like the build up. Kind of feels like a nice little break in time. Like when I first heard the mix of it, I was like, oh, like it kind of takes you somewhere else in a nice way. And I think it amplifies like whatever emotions you might be feeling. Like some might say it's a bit of a sad song. Some might say it's like reflective. It can kind of feel empowering in a way. Like the lyrics, like looking back on something you know isn't good for you or doing something you know isn't good for you or something like that is empowering in itself because it's just acknowledging that. So yeah, I'd say a good set of headphones sitting in bed with a cup of tea or something like that. And you're good to go. You're all
Okay, I
set.
love the cup of tea note. What type of tea are we thinking? Like herbal tea?
I'm an English breakfast girl, you know? So I
Mm-hmm.
was English breakfast with two sugars. You have to have sugar in the tea. Some people don't, but
Oh,
I'm a
I'm
sugar.
English breakfast without the sugars.
No, I'll get there in a few years, but I'm still needing the sugar. I still have the child taste buds. But I
Yeah.
do green tea is perfect as well if you're feeling calm, you know?
Okay, I love it. You can have like the sort of like I need to be caffeinated whilst listening to this because it's bringing up emotions, or kind of like the
Yes,
sobering, calm down moment. I love that.
definitely. I think it would be really good for like a Sunday scaries like hangover day. You can just like sit
Mhm.
in bed and just listen to that, and it can just sometimes you just need to get through those like little existential crises by like amplifying them. So like put on
Mhm.
Throne, and then you'll be feeling so much better. Perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I love when it's just that sort of music where it's like it speaks to you, even though you don't necessarily know that like you don't know you need to hear it. You don't know this song is gonna like get you through something, but it does. Like
Yeah.
it's sort of like hidden microdosing therapy in a way.
Yeah, because anything that reminds you of something you can relate to, I think if you just hear someone talking about that, you just feel a little bit acknowledged. And like a lot of my friends have said nice things about the lyrics, like they relate to it or they interpret it with their situations or something going on in their life, and then they feel they connect with the song more, which is just, I mean, that's what songwriting is, but it's just nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to talk a bit about like as an artist, as a songwriter, you mentioned how like this current track Throne isn't necessarily in the exact same like cookie cutter mold as your original previous track Porcelain Face, and how
Mhm.
like you don't necessarily view yourself as like, like a pop star artist. It's not like so easy to stand up and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a pop artist. Put me in the same category as that like, like the Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo mold." And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, but I'm not quite this and I'm not quite that." How do these sort of like constraints, which are very prominent in this industry, everyone wants to put you in a box immediately.
Yeah.
How do these sort of constraints impact you as an artist when you're going to like sit down and write a new song or you're going to release or perform? What are these boxes? How does this impact you as an artist?
I mean, it's actually kind of something I'm working through and thinking about every single day now because
Mm.
I'm trying to get started on nailing down the songs and writing them out melodically that I want to do for my EP, potentially, which is very exciting. But just the thought of that, I've like immediately my brain goes to, I made about 15 different Spotify playlists, and they're all very different sounds that I love. And it's like, I don't know how I can merge all of those together, but I want to. But I think it's a matter of just once I'm in like the studio, that's kind of just where whatever I'm feeling like the song should go will come out. Like thrown necessarily on the day, I just thought, you know what, let's make it a bit of like a like I don't know, a bit of synth, slight more pop than like obviously Porcelain Face was very folk rocky, I think. Quite like nostalgic to maybe like the 70s or something like that. Um, had like the guitar and everything. But yeah, I don't know really. I think it's like a day by day approach and kind of reminding myself and like ourselves as artists that you can at the end of the day you can do whatever you want. But
Mm.
it's hard when you're putting a song up somewhere and they say, "What genre is it? Choose three genres." And you're like, "I don't know which one to pick." Um, but it's fun because then it means like the world's your oyster. You get to play around with whatever sound you want. And I think over time it will just change and kind of grow into what, because I've only got two songs out and I've got one more
Mm.
coming. And the next one coming out is also quite different to the previous two. So it's a bit more of like that's more of like an indie pop summary style song, which is exciting, but again, very different to the other two. It's like my first kind of happy song, which I'm excited about because I feel like the past two are like a bit depressing, not depressing, but sadder songs, which is great. We love a sad song
Yeah.
because where it was taken, but sometimes we love a little upbeat moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to have that like versatility within the discography. I love that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know, it's so hard because like right now I can't stop listening to like Olivia Dean's new album. Incredible. And I love her style. And then I have a playlist and it's like a mix of like Olivia Dean, Nora Jones, Amy, Natalie Merchant, like Carole King, and like all these like, beautiful tonal, jazzy kind of women. But then I've got like an indie folk one, and we've got Neil Young and Bob Seger and like the band and some of the Beatles and all that. And then we'll have like more modern ones where I'll have like Gracie Abrams and like Role Model and all of them. And it's like, how do I take all the sounds that I love and put them together?
Mm.
Someone let me know, but one day we'll do it, and I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I love that. A big thing you see nowadays, especially like on things like TikTok, you're scrolling through and this artist is like, "Oh, if you like blank, you'll like me," or if you're listening to
Yeah,
this album, you'll like what I'm making. And sometimes it is like a really true comparison, but other
yeah,
times it's like I don't know how to summarize like you pick an artist, it's so hard for me to summarize that artist as
yeah.
someone else. It's like it's okay for people to be making their own music that's unique, that draws elements from all of these different
Mm.
places, like you were saying. Because not everyone has that, oh yeah, I'm just like making Olivia Dean 2.0. Like that's such a tricky thing in this age of like marketing yourself online.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's something that I think about way too much because you see people do it so often.
yeah. It's so hard because, like, it's a great way to like attract. It's so hard to just attract people to listen to your music. So obviously that's a great way to do it. But then at the same time, it's like, at the end of the day, comparison. is like, as I say, like the thief of joy. Like if you compare
Mm.
yourself to someone, like you should be your own essence and you can take little valuable bits from others, like little aspects from everyone and bring them together for your own little style, I think. But yeah, I know what you mean. I see a lot of those. They're like, oh, it's so true. If I did it, I'd be like, I don't even know what I'd do. There'd be like a list because all the songs are very different. So we'll get there one day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that feeling as well when like someone's like, "Oh, what type of music do you listen to?" And it's like what am I listening to now? What did I listen to last
Yeah,
night? What did I listen to yesterday morning? Because they're all very
yeah,
different.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then you'll just be reminded like of an artist just by someone playing it. Like my dad and I always watch music videos and listen to them. And he'll put someone on and then I'll be reminded and go down a rabbit hole for like a week of just listening to one certain band or something like that. But it's good. It's fun rediscovering people you haven't listened to, even if it's just been a few weeks without them. It's like
Yeah.
reading a book or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. One of my favorite things about having like CDs and stuff is you can just like randomly pick one that you might have not listened to in years, and it's just like, oh my gosh, all these feelings
yeah,
come back to you.
yeah, it's crazy. It literally brings you right back to when you first like listened to it. I think my first CD was the Adele. I'm not sure if it would have been 21 or 19, but my that was my first CD,
Mm.
and it was like the only thing I would listen to for like absolutely ages. And every time I listen to it now, I'm reminded because I used to always I had on my iPod, the little like square one that didn't have a screen. You'd like obviously to skip,
Yeah.
and I have the headphones in when we were driving like a road trip, and I like feel like I'm back in the car whenever I listen to any of those songs, just jamming out.
Oh, I love that so much. I had that relationship with Speak Now by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like, I literally remember in primary school, I used to take the lyric book to school as my like reading time book.
That's so cute. That's so sweet. Oh
So
my
now,
God.
now the lyric book is like very banged up and ripped and
Yeah.
stuff, but like it's
Oh,
just that connection you have with the music. It's so like
yeah.
organic and pure, especially as a young person.
Yeah, I think that's like the prime age between like 6 to like 9, I think is like really impressionable for just like that. Like you'll never forget. That's adorable. Like that's so cute. They don't even make those lyric books as much anymore in like the back of CDs, I don't think. I don't, you don't often don't get them.
Yeah, CDs themselves are a dying art, which I think we need to rectify that. We need to bring CDs back. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of like even just like Aussie, like smaller Aussie artists. They're just doing like sleeves and stuff, and it's like I understand it's more like financially accessible for artists, but also bring back the lyric book, bring back the
Yeah.
attention to detail in like the hidden things that only the fans will notice when they're reading the lyric books because it's such a wholesome
Yeah,
thing.
that's so fun. Like I cannot wait to hopefully do like a CD one day and be able to do that and like just like little Easter eggs and like little meaningful things and being able to like share the lyrics written out like that because like then you get to actually read them. And I think some of my lyrics you like you can speak them out loud. It's like quite poetic, so it's like nice to have them in like a nice little book.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh my God, just imagine if there'd be like someone sitting there, like a kid sitting there with your CD as one of their first CDs, reading those lyrics.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Oh, that'd be amazing. One
Yeah,
day.
one
When
day.
I'll just hand out CDs to all the little children, like just hope that one of them will just be like, this one's okay. That's my advertising. That's how I'll advertise. Mm.
Do a tour of like primary school music classrooms.
Yeah. Oh, that was so fun. I loved high school music club. You just get on the what was it? The xylophones.
The
That was my go-to.
glockenspiels.
Yeah, the glockenspiels and the xylophones. I just we go on. We actually added at the end of Throne, there's a little bit of a I think it's a glockenspiel. There's like a little it just goes like scales down and we just went dum dum dum. It's a little nod to primary school. I love it.
My gosh, I love that so much. It's just like the hidden things you don't realize unless you're like actively paying so much attention to the song.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my musical friend Seb, he messaged me about it. He was like, "Oh my God, the very end, like the little scale of the xylophone notes." I was like, "Yes, yes, you hear it. You hear it."
Yes. Oh, I love that. And we were just talking about the music that like resonates a lot with us, especially when we were younger. And those albums that like they'll forever have such like a big place in your musical journey. So I would
Mm.
love to ask, what are you hoping listeners to your music? You do only have the two songs out now, but you've said you're working towards an EP maybe. You've got big things in the plans. What are you hoping that listeners to your music are going to be able to take away and then be sitting there saying this exact thing we are about these formative albums?
Ooh. What they can take away and say about them.
Yeah, like
Oh.
what's gonna stick with them? So in 10 years they go, oh my gosh, it was that had this
Um,
impact on me.
um, I don't know. I feel like something that they want to show to someone else, like who also loves music. So, like my dad and I, for example, really, and my mum, we all really love just listening to music and doing that. And sometimes I'll discover something and I'll show it to them. So something that I can make that someone will listen to and be like, oh, you know what? I reckon this person would really love that, or my postman would really love that, or something like that. Like my friend would really love that, and then decide to like share it on like that. But I think as well, just I don't know, like honesty in the like to think that like to listen to it and be like, God, like that was so honest. Like it was just a honest song. It doesn't have to be like really emotional and sad to be honest, but just musically as well. Like not overdone, like without the gloss type of thing. Just pure in what it is.
Yeah, like having that raw connection with the lyrics and with the music is something that's so underrated. Again, we
Yeah.
keep talking about like the attention economy and the TikTok age, but it
Mm.
is. People aren't
It's
connecting with music like they used to.
yeah. I know it's such a double-ended like sword because it's so good. It's so great to promote and share and get your name out there and everything, but also like also Porcelain Face was 5.5 minutes. Like I made that was my first song and it's 5.5 minutes. It's like three-part 5.5 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
people aren't going to want to sit and listen through the whole thing of this. Like I knew that from the start, but I was like, I love this song. It takes all of my little influences. It was the first one I made. Like it feels like my little baby, and I just wanted to make something tangible that I could send and prove to myself that I could do it. And I feel like I'm still doing that in making all the new songs. Like I've just proven to myself that I can actually do it, and you can make things and put them out. Um, but yeah, the attention, yeah, it's both good and bad.
Yeah. But there are the people out there who are making the time to sit down through that 5.5 minutes of Porcelain Face, through every track, start to finish, looping it and
Yeah,
going back again. And that's the most important thing is that there are those people out there who are listening.
that's true.
Yes. But yeah, you've got two songs out and you're already like reaching people across the country, across Australia with your music. I'm so excited to like see what happens next, see who's going to tune in next, what's going to happen in your world. And I'd love to ask, do you have anything that's on the Annabelle Grace bucket list that you're like, I would love to do this, love to check this off, no matter how big or small?
Oh my gosh, I love this. Um, I'm a big person of like, if you think something into existence, maybe one day it'll happen. Like, I'm very glass half full. So I always think about like the good things like this. I'm like, one day it'll happen. Um, a big goal for me um, ooh, is to just put out an EP, like, or
Yeah.
even like an album EP. Just doing that in itself, I think would be amazing. And then I'd want to get it on a little CD and just hold it and be like, ah, I made it. Like, give it to people, like, yeah, that would be really cool. I'd love to get, oh, one of my big goals that is just like a random thought in my brain where it's like if you could do anything in the world, I'd be like, this would be cool. I would love to just do a set, like a really short set at Glastonbury. I just think that would be amazing. Like I was watching everyone's sets and even the ACL festival, like watching that
Mm.
all over TikTok, everyone performing. I was like, that would just be so cool. Like performing at festivals and like the crowd, everyone just gets so into it. But like
Mm.
Glastonbury would just be pretty amazing. Like that's iconic. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
I love that. I feel like we need to bring back the big Aussie music festivals like that because again, like watching all those live streams on YouTube of all these overseas festivals, it's like I need to be there. I need to see the people on stage that I
Yeah.
know.
We need like yeah, we need like there are amazing ones, but let's get more going. It'd be so much fun and for different varieties as well. Like not just for because obviously in summer you've got the kind of like some like techno party festivals
Mm.
and stuff like that. But like music festivals would be like amazing as well. We should put more of them out there.
Yes, absolutely. But on this, so you put these like bucket list goals out there. How can we best support you to get you to that point of releasing those EPs, those albums, get you up on that Glastonbury stage? What is the best way for listeners and fans to give you that support you deserve?
Literally just listening and sharing to any of my music, I think is like the most important thing to me right now. Like every single stream or someone that listens to a song is, to me, that's just incredible that that's another person that's heard something that I've made and put out there. And like that just like it's like a bit of momentum and just a push to like keep wanting to do it because like you're in it for the right reasons. I just want to make music and I want other people to be able to hear it. So every single person that does that, um, it just really makes me want to keep going. And then you can also follow me on Spotify and all the other streaming services and follow me on Instagram. But just listen to the music.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's something I always forget to do in this like crazy world of everyone's on 500 social media platforms. Like, you
Mm.
follow someone on Instagram or you follow them on just on TikTok or just on Spotify, and it's like you've got to follow some like there's so many
Yeah.
avenues to get all the news. Make sure you're up to date with
Yeah, you're like,
everything.
I need to get everywhere. And then you feel really bad when you don't do it.
Yeah.
I know. I did that the other day. I was like, oh no, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, like, or there was one point where I was like doing like, like a deep dive through my Spotify and like everyone on my playlist, actually looking at everyone's profiles. So
Mm.
many artists that I had like all of their songs saved. I wasn't even following. It's like things you just don't remember to
Yeah.
do.
There's so many. Like social media is huge now. Like there's just
Yeah.
big old spiel.
They need to create some sort of like platform where you can just like search up someone and then press follow on every platform.
Yes, that would be really good. Us musicians would love that. Someone make that. Someone get that happening. Go on.
Yes. But speaking of musicians, speaking of things we love, I'd love to close off our chat today by asking you my favorite question and hearing who is on the Annabelle Grace playlist? Who have you been listening to in your local music scene in Naarm, in the music scene across Australia, and would love to like give a shout out to, let us all know you're loving.
Well, he hasn't released his first song yet, but there's a musician called Sebastian Haysom, he's from Melbourne. He's just got like an incredible voice. He's an amazing pianist and musician. And yeah, he's coming out with his first song soon. So everyone keep a little eye out, I would say, for him because he's incredible. You can find him on Instagram. I've been listening to a lot of Triple J recently, and like I love Tilly Fendon, Mia, um, Holly Hebe's Strobe Lights. I've had that on repeat. It's really catchy. I can't stop listening to that. And Michaela as well. Like there's just so many. It's such like a supportive community, like all these like people just making music and everyone's just bigging each other up and it's so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And like so many of those people you mentioned there, like Holly Hebe, Michaela, they've had massive years and they're still
Yeah.
like doing amazing things right now and releasing amazing music.
Yeah.
I love seeing these people having such like an epic, like the audience is getting
Like
around
growth.
them, the
Just
industry,
like
the growth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful because when I first started this whole thing, when I first was like, okay, I'm gonna make a song, I followed like all of those girls and I remember sending them like messages being like, oh, like I'm just like going to start, and I had like little questions about like a distributor and like what I would do. And like I got advice and I got help and I got love from them and like was like just seeing them grow so much. It's just so inspiring and so exciting.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We've all got to be supporting each other. And you're being such an example of supporting your fellow artists, supporting people in the industry. I just love it so much.
Yeah, it's like I saw this. what was it? It was like a quote Olivia Dean had said on like an interview where it was like she'd been asked if she sees Ray as a as
Mm,
competition. She was like, no, because we both make music. Doesn't mean
mm,
we're competing in the same way. Like they're different. It's
mm,
different music. We're just in the same industry. You can bring each other up. And like just sharing music in general populates music more into the world. So that's
mm.
therefore a good thing. So support all artists, everyone.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. It's advice that people really need to hear, which it's a weird thing to say that people need to hear this, but they really do.
Yeah. No, it's like I understand how people would go into that perception of being like, okay, it's just me. I'm pushing out my dream. I've only got to
Yeah.
focus on myself. But it's like you're working and you get to meet. Like I've learned so much from just speaking to all these other musicians and like learning from them, like building relationships with them, asking them little questions and hearing their music as well. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to just expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. But on that note, if you're watching, if you're a musician, or even if you're just an audience member and a fan like me, tune in, give a listen to Annabelle Grace, get out there and support her lovely music in these two singles because she's here to support you. You've got to be here to support her back.
Thank you guys. Yes, I'm here if you want to listen.
Amazing. And thank you so much for making the time to chat today about all things your latest single, Throne.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.